Henry's family have responded to this in just the most extraordinarily dignified way. But I suggest the rest of us respond to this with pure, cold rage.
On the evening of the 2nd of June 2026, riot police clashed with hundreds of demonstrators in Southampton. Bricks, stones, glass bottles, flares and wheelie bins were hurled at officers. Police vehicles were attacked. 2 people were arrested for assaulting emergency workers and possession of an offensive weapon. That morning, Nigel Farage had issued what he called an emergency address to the nation. Those 2 facts are connected. This video asks how connected, what the law says about it, what is being done, and what it tells us about where this country is heading. 3 things need to be said about those words. First, the claim that police fear of racism accusations caused Henry Nowak's death is not supported by the evidence. As established in my recent Henry Nowak video and the judge's own sentencing remarks, the officers were deceived by a fabricated 999 call. They made a catastrophic error of judgment in seconds on false information. The evidence does not support the ideological bias narrative. And second, Henry Nowak's own family explicitly asked that his death not be used to create division, hatred or tension. Farage ignored that. He published his address on the same day Henry's father, Mark Nowak, made that request.
We want to use Henry's heartbreaking story to make change for the better. We do not want his death to be used to create further division, hatred or tension. We want his story to make our streets safer for everyone. That is why we are calling on the government to treat knife crime as the national emergency that it is. We need real solutions. We need investment in prevention. We need stronger action on the sale, the ownership and carrying of all knives. And as this case so painfully demonstrates, we need common sense applied to our laws. This doesn't mean knee-jerk reactions. This doesn't mean going to extremes. It just means a common sense approach to law and order. As the case C for the prosecution summed up in court, this is not a case about Sikhism. This is not a case about racism. This is a case about murder.
And third, the words, quotes, pure, cold rage were published at approximately 8 a.m. The riots began at approximately 6 p.m. There were 10 hours between the call and the disorder. That was just the introduction. If you enjoyed it, the link is going to be around about here if you're looking on YouTube. If it's on any other platform, I'll try and remember to put it in the comments, but the only safe way is to go onto YouTube to subscribe and you will not miss any amazing content. All is good.